Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play for Europa Universalis 4. And this is going to be a very special Let's Play because it's going to be a succession game between myself and Arumba. What does a succession game mean? Well, it means I'm going to start and I'm going to play until my ruler dies. And then when my ruler dies, I'm going to send the save over to Arumba and he will play through the lifetime of a ruler. And back and forth and back and forth. And I think it's going to be really interesting to mix up the different play styles, have everyone set, I suspect, goals for each one of their particular leaders that they're going to try to achieve before the death of the leader. Normally, you don't really think of it that way. You just sort of play in general, and if a leader lives or dies, you don't really care. But I think that would be quite interesting to go for. And so we talked about different possibilities about who we might play, and we decided I think it would be a lot of fun to play an African nation in the southern half of Africa, because we have dabbled with some of the northern African nations before, but we haven't, I don't think either one of us have really done a series where we've played down here. And this is an area of the world that has really been shaken up pretty dramatically by Mare Nostrum. Heck, for example, there's no more nation here of Antanana Bananarivo anymore. It has been split up a little bit, but we're not going to play in Madagascar, although that might be kind of interesting. I want to play on the mainland, and I want to play away from any of the coasts, because being a coastal nation gives you a lot more potency and power, and I want us to have to work for that. I don't really want to pick an impossible start, but I want us to have some real notable challenges, and in particular, I think as a first challenge, reaching the coast is going to be a pretty substantial one. So I thought about which country we might play. One of the issues in here is most of the countries in this little block, for example, have Congolese ideas, right? Congolese all over here. Oh, one of these. Oh, Cuba has Cuban ideas, Luba has Luban ideas, but a lot of these just have Congolese ideas. And the Luban ideas, so I didn't want to pick Congolese, I wanted something a bit more unique. The Luban ideas are actually really, really quite good. Right away, the more attrition for enemies, better relations over time is certainly very handy. -1 national unrest all the time is really potent, for example. And it goes on and on, 10% morale of armies boost. Really, really good ideas. But I felt like I've done the sort of Atlantic gameplay quite a bit, and I thought it might be more fun if we started a little closer to the Indian Ocean to mix things up a bit. Again, everything here is about trying to do something a little bit different, and because of that, I've grabbed Buha. That's going to be my choice. Now, Buha does not have a unique set of ideas. It shares Great Lake ideas with a handful of other nations over here. And so that's a bit unfortunate, but I've never played with Great Lake ideas, and they're pretty cool too. The +1 attrition for enemies is always a strong ability. Really, I mean, it's not offensive, obviously, but it really does rip apart enemies pretty strongly. I thought that would be cool. Increased looting speed, it'll be interesting to see exactly how much extra money we can make from looting. I'm not sure how valuable the provinces will be to loot or not, but it actually is going to be nice to think about looting a little bit more explicitly. You'll see when we complete all of our Great Lake ideas as well, we get +1 merchants, which I thought would be very, very, very strong and very, very compelling to sort of set ourselves up as a mid to late game trading powerhouse once we have access to the sea. So I think that would be quite good. And we've got a handful of other things. There is, you do get more manpower over here. We do have cheaper infantry and 10% more infantry combat ability, which never really hurts at all. The chance of a new era is not a huge deal. Tolerance of true faith will help us stay quite a bit more stable going forward as well, and so on and so forth. It doesn't have any more development than really its neighbors. I think we've got another neighbor here who has similar. I mean, I guess we have 18 here. 14 is a fair bit, but we have 18 development there, so we're pretty much in line there. There's some complication here in that if we wanted to make our way to the east coast, notice this is all uninhabited land. There's no one who lives here, so reaching the east is going to be that much more challenging because we can't fabricate claims on anyone we're not adjacent to, so we'll have to figure out exactly what we want to do there. Now, we do still have the option of going west if we would like, because Luba and Kazembe over here, we do technically consider them to be our neighbor because of the lake here. Because of the shared lake border, we can fabricate claims across here, although walking there is going to require walking through some pretty dire land over there. So it's going to be an interesting isolated start. It will be a fight to get to the coast. We may want to consider some sort of colonization ideas. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we don't have a good ruler. 211 is absolutely terrible as a ruler. We do not have a legal heir, which has the advantage of the fact that I will be able to name the heir once he or she gets born. So let's go ahead and kick in here and see what we can do. Now, I did start up the game once with Buha to do just a little bit of a test run, just to try to get a sense of just how the alliances shake down in the first half year or something like that. That's all I have looked at, and it's pretty bad for us. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone tends to ally each other. And it's, you know, unless you sit here and develop a whole lot of favor, it's hard to convince someone else to come in on an offensive war with you. Although some of the rivalries will work out pretty well. So let's go and see who has rivaled us right now. We've got Rwanda and Burundi, which is... Who's Burundi? Is it you over here? It's not you. Oh, it is you! Okay, so these two, Rwanda in yellow and Burundi in green, have rivaled us. So I suppose there's no reason not to simply rival them back. That would be Burundi over there. And, oh no, I'm not doing it in the right order. Game ruined already. Look at this. I'm so sorry. Only other option is Karangwi, which is right over here. And they actually like us right now. I wonder, would they ally? Oh, they have a hostile attitude towards me. Interesting. But we do actually have considerably shared rivals. I think we actually might be able to make friends with them relatively soon. Let's take a look at our mission. Conquer Buha, which is right over here in Rwanda. So the advantage of taking this, it would give us a CB instantly. Now, of course, we can't declare war for 30 days. We have to wait until December the 11th to declare war. If there's any chance these guys don't have an alliance before then, we might be able to do an instant declaration then. Alternatively, if Nakama, or sorry, this is Burundi, my bad. Nakama is the province. If Burundi doesn't have any allies, I might, and Rwanda does, I might go ahead and just do a no CB declaration on them, just to get in there before the war starts. I think that opening move, we're gonna have to be super duper aggressive. We are 2 below our force limit over here. We do have the same as Western, just 50% cap on cavalry. Cavalry is quite potent early on, so I am tempted to maybe build 2 cavalry, but I think the time and the cost might be a bit much. Oh, those are mercenaries. I'm going to build 1 cavalry for sure, because... Did it not go? Okay, that was weird. I don't know why I had the X there. That's strange. And then some spearmen over here. Of course, we are starting as a 2-2-2 nation, which is a little bit backwards, and it definitely hurts. Let's roll our general out of our ruler to see how that goes. Although, if he died, it would be a pretty short rule. No shock, which is too bad, because shock is quite a bit more powerful here. I do really love the 3 maneuver, though. Actually, that's a good question. What are our current spearmen? Yeah, they're semi-balanced. If we went cavalry heavy, they'd be that. I love the 3 maneuver, because we do have a river between Bushibi and the provinces of Rwanda over here. So it would be nice to just be able to avoid that completely. So, I mean, I'm going to take the Conquer mission over here. We'll take the free CB over there. Who might I want to consider allying? Obviously, they're not going to join in the war with me, though, which is too bad. So these guys... Like this lake separation means they really don't care. There's like no crossover between rivalries across this lake, which is interesting. I think we'll probably befriend you. They do want some of my provinces, though. That is awkward. Who do you hate? You hate Rwanda. I hate Rwanda, too. And who's this? Bunyoro. Which is up here, who you hate. What about you over here? Buganda. You don't like Bunyoro either. And you don't like Busaga over here, who I don't really plan on doing anything with. Karagwe hates you. But we can't really ally them anyway. I mean, I think allying Nakor is a no-brainer. Doesn't seem to be at risk of causing any problems. Who knows? We might even be able to get them to join in against a mutual rival. We'll see how that goes. We have to wait 1 more day before we can send another alliance request, so we'll wait there. We are not making much in the way of money. We are a very small nation. It sucks. We cannot afford an advisor, so I'm going to hold off on that. So let me go in and pause for a day. And there we go. Excellent. Thank you very much. And so I think we might pull these guys in too. I don't know. Karagwe is certainly a lot better, but we'd have to get them over their hostile stuff. The other thing I might be tempted to do is build a spy network over here so we could fabricate a claim. I don't think that'll let us get the claim in time to avoid them having an alliance, though, because it's going to take 3 or 4 months to get enough power to get the fabricate, which is too bad. We can fabricate across the lake. I did test that, so we can fabricate across the lake, which is good. Also, these guys might make for really, really nice allies. I think I am going to go and improve relations with Luba, and you hate... and who is this? Okay, so these two don't like each other. So I can only ally one of them. I have to pick and choose. Lubo is definitely in a better position to potentially help me out against future wars. So we're going to work on befriending them. And then The question is, do I ally Buganda? I think so. We might be able to get Karangwe to change their mind, but they really do desire my stuff, so I think we're just going to be enemies no matter what. And as long as you two don't hate each other, and indeed you do not. All right, so we don't have very big allies, and that's a damn shame. But I think it's going to have to do. So I'm going to move my troops over here. Again, December the 11th, we may declare war, including potentially a no-CB war against Nakoma. One of the bad things is this is all highlands and hills. Highlands, I believe, have the same defensive penalty as hills. Yeah, just -1. So we'll be getting -1 on the rolls right from the start, which is super unpleasant. But what can you do? We're sucking up over here. I'm going to keep my diplomats for a second here, because 1 month of diplomacy is not a huge deal, and we might just want to leave an extra diplomat available just in case something cray-cray happens. But yeah, we do have our claim there. I guess the other thing I could potentially do is declare what I want, but I'm going to hold off just in case Nakor... Can I see what they want? They want all of this. Okay, so I don't want to say I want the same province as them, but that actually might be a way for us to bring them into the war. We might be able to promise them land and then lie about it and not give them anything. But we might be able to get them to jump in on this, which is quite interesting. I really hope these guys don't roll a 3 maneuver, dude, because if I get the -1 river crossing, that would be pretty bad. Although, I suppose I should be able to move to Bafuriru and then head north after that, despite the fort. All right, so we're going to go up to speed 2, but I don't want to overlap December the 11th here. Before I do that, is there anything else I want to do with one of my diplomats? I don't think so. All right, and there it is. So I can declare war now. You do have an ally, Bunyoro, who is over here. And you have an ally here, which is probably more significant. If I were to declare war, I could promise land to Nakor. If I don't give them anything, they will be very upset. But I think I go for it. I want to do this before any more alliances get created. The rest of my troops haven't been created yet, and that's unfortunate. But I think this is going to be the way to go. So I will declare war, and I will start moving up over here instantly. And these guys should jump in, and then they should reinforce me. Because they better. I'm putting a lot of faith in the AI here. All right, let's go down to speed. You have joined in the war. Excellent. I'm hoping you jump in. You don't have a general yet, which is good. I think I'm just going to go for it. Busaga entered an alliance with Bunyoro, but that's okay. That's not going to chain in here. That's fine. These guys still don't have a general yet. And as soon as we get to this line, we will be locked in. I think I'm feeling okay about it. In fact, we're going to get them before they reinforce their morale, because they weren't, what, like 75% maintenance? Oh, there they go. They have a general. It's too late for me to change my mind. It's only 1 maneuver, though, so we won't get the river crossing. There's no denying. This is very YOLO mode. I'm really hoping that Nakor jumps in here and helps out, because we do outnumber them, and we do have the morale boost, but that -1... Okay, we rolled an 8 right away. And we do have the 3 fire. I realize that fire is not the end-all and be-all right now, but they don't have any shock either. So actually... Overall, really good starting battle. Oh, yeah! We can do royal marriages. God, I played too much of a merchant republic here. No reason not to, I'd say. Cool. And, how about another one over here? My allies still haven't moved. They're probably waiting until they hit full morale. So this still worked out just fine. Now, they will probably run to over here. Good. Excellent. 2.5 war score from that. Yeah, they're going to run away that way. I think what I'm going to do is go for the full siege right now. So this is the actual war goal, right? Yeah, this is the actual war goal. So getting that starts taking war score. This is a capital fort, so it's going to siege relatively easily, even without cannons. So we'll fully occupy this land, and then really at that point, we can probably just wait them out. There's hills here, plus a river crossing, so if they want to attack into us, they're more than welcome to try. Actually, I wonder... Let me consolidate. Then make a new unit. Grab this unit here, which is basic. It doesn't have any troops, but it's got my leader. I'm going to park it in this province there. Don't attach. Don't attach. And we're just going to sit in Nakor, if you could be so kind as to obey. I'm hoping you turn around. There's the other trooper. Going to get in there. There he is. Good. Because I want my 3 maneuver dude to sit in here so that if they try to attack us, they're going to get the river crossing penalty. And most likely, they simply will not start the attack. So we should be able to get a full siege on Rwanda. Excellent. Okay, let's go up to speed 3. Hope this is recording, because this is going really well. Much better than anticipated. Much better than anticipated. I had not tested out this battle. The only thing I've done is load long enough to try to get a sense of how alliances and stuff shake down in this area. All right, we have the war goal. Excellent. I can... let's say, can I still loot? I guess I can still loot. Cool. So let's do that. I do want to keep you over here. I think that's probably important, but we'll send some more dudes over there. The more people you have in an area, the faster you will loot. There we go. Half a gold per month from occupying this. I wonder if I do want to send some extra stuff. I need to keep 3 guys over here. Okay. You. Come over here. You're going to help out with the looting. Just to make sure it gets done before the end of the war. I suspect that it will get done before the end of the war regardless, but I want to make sure. And here, we're looting 0.6 gold per month. That's huge income compared to what we were actually earning, especially since we've got so many troops. Look at the spoils of war right over here. It's keeping us afloat and stopping us from losing any money. So, we already have the plus 25 looting speed, right? I think this is actually going to be quite helpful. And it's not something I usually pay that much attention to. I mean, it clearly should. Burundi is claiming Ruguru. Oh, it's these guys claiming there. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll come back for you, buddy. So I'm going to go for a full annex here. I don't think there's any reason not to. Oh, what I should have done right from the start is put the focus on admin, because it'll help us core for one thing. And there's a couple other things we might be interested in doing with the admin points. For example, if we end up doing a blind declaration of war, we may have to boost our stability. I actually like being at +1, but I think we're going to bank it, because I think this is going to go well enough. It's only 90. Government form and rank. Really? Is tribal government gives us that discount? Oh, but we get -1 diplo rep. 20% income from vassals. We're not going to vassalize these guys. We're going to go for a pure annexation. Absolutely. Yeah, so we only get 3 relationships. Huh. Okay, more claims. Can we get a royal marriage, followed by ideally an alliance over here? Because the nice thing is, if anyone declares war on him, my own land is going to be relatively safe. I can mostly just sit back, but the AI will likely jump in my behalf over here and actually send some troops, which would be helpful. We do have to be worried about the uncolonized land over here, because African natives are incredibly potent. Very dangerous, and not the sort of thing you want to mess with. The fact that I don't see an army over here, I mean, they might just be hiding in Bugungo. Oh, it's a P. Pubungo. Or they might actually be taking a long walk around this way, in which case they're going to be attrition like crazy and fight tons of natives. And you got to remember, while these natives, they're not particularly high on the tech list, neither are we right now. All right, let's go to speed 4. Boom, siege is over. We are at 60%. I suspect they would be unwilling to be fully annexed at this point. And indeed, that is the truth, because, yeah, it's that -73 from being annexed or vassaled. So now we're going to group up into core and move out to enemy territory. We could just wait 5 years at this point. We will eventually get, 100% war score, because we occupy the full leader. But this will be better. Now, this is the thing. I did promise my ally some territory. I could give him Bunyoro over here, since it's going to be a while before I can personally get it. On the other hand, if I want to be a real where the hell's your army? They must be out in the wilderness somewhere. And that's the capital fort. Do this. I'm hoping we still lead the siege here. No, we don't. They might not be willing to give it up to me. Don't attach. Go away. Or I wonder if I can tell him, attach, move here. Will you follow me? No. Damn it. Because, yeah, he might not flip that siege over to me, and then I'm not sure. Let's say, maybe I can vassalize these guys. I mean, a coalition's only ever going to be so big in this area. There's not that many countries that are within proximity of being a problem. But if we can separate piece vassalize these guys, annex all those, that will be a monstrously good start. Push comes to shove, I don't mind feeding my ally a little bit. And that is what they're expecting. But yeah. Yeah, I should have just moved in there on my own. Without the attach. Since they were quite happy just sitting in their capital. But now that the siege started, they don't want to change their mind. Oh, we could probably be pillaging more gold here. I may as well move the rest of my army over here. Since I don't lead the siege here, I suspect I'm not getting the money either. So this will drain the coffers here quite quickly. So yeah, 2 months and we'll have drained all the money from this province. So we may as well wait for that. Discovered an agent. Rwanda is building a spy network. Oh, there we go. We've got an heir. He's not terribly good, only a total of 5 points, which means I'm allowed to bitch about him. I don't allow myself to complain about a leader if he's got 6 points or more. I realize that 6 total points isn't that high, but that's outside of the zone of complaining. This is really bad. In particular, the lack of admin points really, really sucks. Really sucks. Right now, we don't really need the Diplo power. Anyway, this is going to be Arumba. Do we put in a number at this point? I guess it auto-numbers, doesn't it? Yeah, it would. And in fact, if we do this, it'll start auto-naming heirs a little bit. So, my heir, assuming he survives, will indeed be Arumba over here. 032. Yeah, if I miss the chance to vassalize these guys, I will be somewhat disappointed. And I don't see why he would flip a control of the siege over to me. Yeah, that is indeed the case. So, out of curiosity, if we were negotiating with you... Nikor doesn't want it. Yeah, well, flip it to me, goddammit. I want it as a vassal. Oh, that's where their army is. They finally made it all the way around. I want it as a damn vassal. Is there any money to... No, there's no money left. Money over here? There is. We could wait a little bit, but that I could also just drop my stuff. Don't think there's a good way to do this. That is really disappointing. Incredibly disappointing. If I didn't do the attach army, he wouldn't have came here. Like, he doesn't want it as a vassal, but he wants it as land. He does expect me to give him some land. And I guess I will do that. I suppose what I should do is actually, I should still separate piece out this dude. Because then I can get war reparations from what's left. And I don't care if you have an alliance there. Your alliance with Rwanda is, like, doesn't matter, but I guess I'll pop it for the extra prestige. I will leave you having this alliance so you don't just get eaten instantly. Because that would be annoying. Oh, if I do this, I don't know if that'll count as having given something to my ally in the war, in the peace deal. I actually don't know if that will work or not. I mean, I could give nothing to my ally. But I kind of want to bring him into another war. I will still have to wait 5 years, but we can do that. Is that going to give me extra geographic expansion? No. Alright, give me all your cash, and then we'll call that good. Oh! Wow! Because of the relative money. And how much, How much inflation? Okay, not that much. Well, no, actually, almost 1% inflation from taking this gold. Probably still worth doing, though. I'm going to leave that off, then. Screw you. Sorry, buddy. You do not get that. I'm still bitter that I wasn't able to just vassalize it. On the other hand, that might not have been a great way to make it work. So we're going to, like, almost double our size over here. Actually, I think the development here was 18, and we have 20. So, yeah, very literally almost doubling our size. So I'm curious to see exactly how much my vassal is, or my ally, my vassal, is going to hate the fact that I didn't give him any land. Nothing there. Seems okay so far. We'll start the coring process. I don't know, we seem to be kind of sort of okay. We completed our mission. Remove Burundi from the map. That's down here, right? Yeah, I kind of approve of that. Now, what kind of alliance do you have? You do have 2 alliances. You're allied to Nikor. Oh, that's really awkward. Dude, they're my rival. How could you do that? Karagwe really hates me. And you're allied to each other regardless. Yeah. Who else are you allied with? Basoga, who doesn't matter. And the Burundi down here. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and rival Karagwe. Also, I got to remember to insult and frickin' embargo these people. So. Karagwe, who hates me anyway. We're going to do that. You are going to get first insulted. Then you over here are going to be embargoed. Excellent. Declared war in Rwanda, captured provinces from them. We obliterated them. We should get a lot more credit. I guess because they're so small, we didn't get as much force them as I thought. How's the unrest? A little on the high side. Hey, hold on. Oh, they're already in one of my existing territories. My existing states, I mean. Cool. The autonomy is not as high. I think I am going to go and pop this up. I'm worried about the size of the rebellions we might get at this phase in the game. If we get something like 10 or 12 peasants, that actually might be too much for our army to handle. So I'm actually going to go ahead and increase the autonomy in this province. I will keep the unrest where it is here, or the autonomy where it is here, with the hope to fight it down. So we've got 8.1 years now. And I think that's going to be good. I think in that time we'll be able to buy off enough of the resistance. I think we're so poor. I guess I've got to go and drop my maintenance. We'll leave the root out corruption. Actually, that's... May as well pin it. I mean, at a certain point, it doesn't do anything anymore. But normally, my way of reducing corruption was to just be ahead of time on admin or diplomacy. But that's not going to happen here. We have a 65% increase to monarch points on our technology, which isn't quite as much as I'd worried about. But it's still not great. Luba. Yes, Luba. Thank you very much. Absolutely, I will ally with you. Wonderful. So yeah, since I'm dropping the maintenance on these guys, I don't want them to stand anywhere where there is a risk of rebellion. We weren't dropping the rebellion risk that much anyway. Still says 8.1 years currently, which is a little bit surprising, but that's all right. Yeah, and there we go. Well, I guess that'll be the end of this video. A pretty good start, like blobbing out wise. I really wish we could have vassalized these guys, but we'll get them on the next one. And now that we've done that, our force limit, well, it's still 8 right now because of the autonomy here, but it's going to be on the cusp of going up to 9. I don't remember if we get fractional force limits over here. Yeah, we do. You can see we're actually at 8.8 force limit. So as soon as the autonomy drops a little bit, and frankly, if I hadn't increased the autonomy over here, we might have been okay. We will probably have a 9th force limit, which is going to be damn handy. But it is scary that literally everything here, as far as I know, well, there's Savannah right here. Okay, and up here, this starts to be Savannah. That's good. But down here, we've got hills, hills, hills. Oh, Savannah here. And then hills. So it makes it very difficult to attack people in a lot of these places, which is something to be a bit concerned about. Oh, do we have any national ideas that are cool? Reform the government. We need to finish economic, innovative, or administrative ideas. Then we can reform the government to a feudal monarchy. Which, I mean, we're not a horde. I don't know how critical it's going to be to actually rush that. Interesting. That'll be an interesting consideration, but I'll have to wait until next time. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you there.